What's up, guys? It's Taco Tuesday, June 11th, and we are going to be talking about the Major League Baseball slate today. We have two more plays. We're going to talk about the taco that's currently on the board. We have an honorable mention for WNBA. Before we get into all this, though, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks or Underdog yet, just use the promo code at the bottom of the screen for Prize Picks, and they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. And then for Underdog, just use code BACKDOOR when you're signing up. And there's a link in the description. If you go through that link, it should auto-populate for you. And they're going to give you a deposit match up to $250. And they're going to give you an instant pick'em special. So discounted play that'll help you cash your first slip with Underdog. Just use those codes and you can get a little deposit match and some hookup, when you're signing up for those platforms. It's good to diversify. There's been so much value on different platforms at this point. Like, we're all in the Discord. We're just multi-apping like crazy because you find certain lines that you can jump right on because you're already signed up on those platforms. And that multi-apping is the way to go. Like, before we were kind of like, if you like to multi-app, here's our stuff. But at this point, like, if you're not multi-apping, you're just missing out on value. It's that simple. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. These plays move on us pretty quickly. We've been covering Major League Baseball, WNBA, obviously the NBA Finals. We're going to be dropping some fantasy football, dynasty content soon, covering fantasy football this year. Very excited about that. And if you guys don't mind, do us a favor and like the video. You know the drill. If it gets to 200, we're going to give away a 30-day membership to our Discord. But yeah, if you appreciate our content, just throw us a like. Helps us grow. It's really the best way to support the channel. So, all right, let's talk about these plays. So I'm taking, for the baseball plays, I'm going to be taking Jesus Luzardo. Hope I'm saying that right. 26.5 pitcher fantasy score, getting us at the same line on both Underdog and Prize Picks. Feeling good about it. And that's what I'm getting into. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm taking Bryce Terang. Hopefully I'm saying that right. For over 0.5 total bases. And that's on both platforms.
Cool. Well, if you haven't signed up for DG Fantasy yet, dgfantasy.com, code BACKDOOR, get 25% off of your first subscription. You can stretch that out all the way to a year if you want. But whatever you decide to have your first subscription duration be, you'll get 25% off. Just use code BACKDOOR. The DFS optimizer has been absolutely slaying it for us. We've been killing it with esports and baseball and WNBA. Like, we've just been on a burner lately, and it's all because of the optimizer. I know some people don't believe in it. You just haven't used it, in my opinion. If you don't understand the value this thing adds, it finds plays that are so good that Prize Picks consistently just refunds it and says, no, we're not going to let you take that play because we're finding it with the optimizer. And the plays are just too juiced. And so, I mean, Underdog's cool about it. If you catch them slipping, Underdog's just like, good job. Like, here you go. I haven't had them refund any slips, but Prize Picks, if you get in like the minus 300 odds range, they're like, no, we're just not going to let that happen, which is not cool. That's their fault. They should give it to us for our due diligence. But the DFS optimizer will help you find plays like that. So just use code BACKDOOR at dgfantasy.com. And they have all sorts of tools over there, but the optimizer is my absolute favorite. And I can't wait for this year coming into football and stuff with the AI slip generator. That just feels like Christmas coming up because the AI slip generator has like a one-click option for Prize Picks now where it generates you a full 6-man flex slip using all of their AI, using everything that the optimizer does to find those plays. It puts correlated slips together. I almost feel like we're going to get him in trouble talking about it. But I can't wait for that. So 25% off of any of those tools, code BACKDOOR. All right, quick recap. Seth Lugo, unfortunately, the dude almost hit yesterday, took his fantasy score. And he had a rough start. Honestly, there were some questionable calls. I don't know if you guys saw that one bunt where the batter stepped outside of the batter's box and then the ball hit him and then they called it a walk. And but he had a couple of earned runs early that just like tanked his fantasy score. And then he still ended up going up into the mid 20s, but it just wasn't enough. They let him go all the way through the 7th inning. But I was just like, man, this, by like the 3rd or 4th inning, he was starting to catch his stride and like, all right, we're working our way out of the hole we dug for ourselves here. But there was some questionable play calling, so I'm not going to be like fading him in the future or anything. I think he's still a really talented pitcher. But yeah, didn't hit on Seth yesterday. How'd your play do, Jordy? You still there?
Oh yeah, I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, so my play didn't do very well either. We took Max Kepler for one strikeout, a hitter strikeout. So he hit, and we also took his hit on underdog, and believe it or not, neither one of these hit because he had 4 hits, but they all got caught. They got flied out, and he got out on all of them. But he didn't get struck out either. So he hit 4 balls, but they just didn't go his way because they were all catchable. But Colorado pitchers, they only had 2 strikeouts between all of their pitchers yesterday. So it was just like they weren't striking anybody out. So it was just a rough game for them. It ended up being like 0-5, in favor of Minnesota. So I thought Kepler would at least hit his hits. But yeah, he had a great game getting connection with the ball. He just couldn't get it to a point where it was like, playable. So
yeah. Well, we were actually on a bit of a heater there. So
yeah,
that's the first time in a minute that both of our plays didn't hit. So
we had to get
let's get back on track here. Yeah, we're just too good at baseball, bro. No, but, for those of you who are new to the show, we're making a joke because we're brand new to this. But thanks to stuff like the DFS Optimizer and Outlier, we're able to jump right into sports that we're familiar with, baseball in general. But as far as the daily fantasy side of it, it's new to us. But these tools make it easy to find value. So, all right. So Jesus, let's talk about him for a minute. He's gone over this fantasy score here of 26.5, 3 out of his last 5 games. And then we have this one game on May 28th where he just barely missed it. He went for 25. I really enjoy these pitcher fantasy scores. It's just a lot of fun now that I understand how it works as far as the fantasy side of, using these platforms on baseball. It's a blast. So I had a lot of fun watching Seth yesterday, even though he didn't cash for us. But I'm excited to get into this one today. You can see he almost went 4 out of his last 5, but then when you look at the head-to-head, he's just been crushing it. 49, 53, and 38. And that's stretching all the way back to March of last year. So pretty big sample size, but just on the May 17th, he went for 49. So I think 26.5 should be doable here for him. We're getting that line on both Prize Picks and Underdog. If we take a look at Prize Picks, the optimizer has this favor to go over, 51.82% odds to hit the over. The actual odds are a minus 107 on it, so a little bit of mixed emotions there. But the main thing is we're getting this cheaper on Prize Picks, 26.5, and on Underdog. DraftKings and Caesars has this all the way up at 27.3, 27.6. So go with your gut. If you're uncomfortable with any of these plays, just fade them. But I'm feeling good about this play on both platforms. And if you guys want to check out this app Outlier, it's huge as far as helping us vet our plays and decide whether or not we do like what the optimizer is telling us about. Sometimes you'll see a play that's juiced on the optimizer, and you got to kind of fish around a little bit on Outlier, but the two go together amazingly. So if you guys want to try this out, they're just giving everyone a free 7-day trial. So there's a link in the description of the video. You go through that link, you'll get this Outlier app for 7 days just to play around with it, see how you like it, get to know it before you dive in. But I think you'll love it. So, all right, Jordy, I'll pass it over to you, bro.
Sweet. Yeah, man. So getting into my play here, I have this Bryce Terang play. I feel pretty good about it. He has never hit it in the head-to-head here, which is, it's pretty rough when you look at it like that. But the dude has hit it a majority of the season so far. He's hit it 40 out of 61 games. So I think he can break this curse against Toronto here. He's only played them once this year so far, and he didn't hit it in 4 plate appearances, but he had 3 hits. They just all got flied out in that game. So, they were catchable. So I think he can easily hit this. I think it's just whether or not he can, make it playable to where he can get on a base here. Over the last 5 games, you look at some of these big games against Detroit, and I was taking him and I took him in the first game, and he had 5 bases in that first game, 2 in the second game, and 3 in the third. So the dude is, he was on a roll against Detroit. He has hit it in 7 out of 10 games and 12 out of his last 20. So I think he's, very capable of hitting this, obviously. 1 base is not asking for that much when he's averaging 1.2 bases per game. on the year. So I think, this is easily doable for him. I know that Toronto's pitcher is very good, but I think he can get this done for us. It's a minus 130 across the board on Daily Grind and all the other odds makers, 52.28% chance. So I like what I'm seeing here. We're getting that on both platforms. It's still there in Underdog. Thank God they've been moving the board fast today. So yeah, I feel really good about Bryce Terang. If you guys, like you see, he's been going way over these 0.5 bases. If you guys want to go bump this up, go check out Chalkboard. You can bump this up over on Chalkboard to like 1.5 and get like a 2 to 3x multiplier on it. So it's a really good deal over there on Chalkboard. We have a lot of fun playing over there. They have like, I swear by the fact that they have the most specials going on every day. They have like 2 to 3 specials going on across all the different sports where you can get like Bryce Terang. They'll give you this line, but they'll give it to you at like a 3x, so they're like, hey, here's a little special you can throw in with all your stuff. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check that out, there's a link in the description. It should auto populate the code for you, but if it doesn't, use code backdoor at checkout and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. So go check them out for sure. And that's the play I've got for you.
All right. Yeah. And Chalkboard is actually averaging 6 specials a day.
That's crazy.
So yeah, man, it's awesome. I love Chalkboard so much. And I'm realizing the value for baseball because my favorite thing is to go to like the total bases because you get these guys in there like Aaron Judge, and they'll have his bases set at like 1.5. You can bump it up to like 3.5, 4.5, and get like a 5x on one play. So I've been really consistently going after the bases. But yeah, they run like 6 specials a day, and I forget where else I was going with that. Anyways, go check out Chalkboard.
Yeah. By the way, I love Aaron Judge's fantasy score and Fernando Tatis' fantasy score today. They've both been on such a heater, it's ridiculous. So I mean, it would be like the coward's way out taking their picks. I feel like today we both like know how good they are, but they've been free plays. I mean, obviously it's like there's still a big risk of them missing, but they've just been on crazy heaters, so that can stop at any time. But I still do love both of their fantasy scores today.
Yeah, Tatis Jr. for sure. Aaron Judge, since he was a DMP yesterday, I'm kind of like a little bit of wait and see.
Yeah.
Just to see, like, I didn't even look into it what his DMP was all about, but
yeah, he had a big series against the Dodgers, so they probably were just giving him a little break.
A little rest game.
Yeah,
that would be the best case scenario. If that's I'll look into it, because if that's the case, I'll definitely jump on his fantasy score. But all right, let's talk about this taco. So I was actually in the Discord early this morning putting together plays, and the optimizer was popping off for Tristan McKenzie here at his normal line. We actually got it at 5 and took the over. If you take a look here, let's see, can I get 5 flat? Yeah. So this is why I loved it when the optimizer showed it to me. You can see he's gone, 9 straight games of getting at least 5. So we in the Discord put this into several plays at 5. Then they made it a taco at 3.5. So I absolutely love this taco. I'm going to be maxing out the full 25 and using the entire taco. Very excited to see what else we get today, but just wanted to let you guys know that in our opinion, this taco is definitely worth it. This should definitely cash. So, anything could happen, but this is a great taco they're giving us to start the day. And then my other honorable mention is going to be Kelsey Plum, over 4.5 assists. I jumped on this earlier too. They haven't bumped it yet, so we'll see. But I mean, just look at that. 8 out of her last 10, she's gone for 5 at least. She's got these 2 games where she went for 3 and 2. But this one pretty much just speaks for itself. So I'm going to be throwing this. I already have this in several slips, but if you guys want just a little extra WNBA taco, got this earlier at 4.5 and it still hasn't bumped. So, she's got like a tough matchup. They're second in assists allowed. So maybe that's why they're leaving it at 4.5, but it was juiced on the optimizer last time I checked. I think it was at like a minus 131 with like a 53% odds to hit the over. So yeah, if you guys want a little bit of extra value there, I'm going to be playing that assists line quite a bit for Kelsey. And if you guys want to check out our Discord, we've been having a blast as usual. Shout out to, oh man, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I'll just show you on here. My boy, this dude, Un on. I don't know how you say that. But he put this in the Discord last night. He said he loved, or not that one. Anyways, shout out, bro. I tailed it, just threw 3 units on it, and it cashed overnight for us. But we've been just, I mean, it is awesome in here with the esports. We do esports overnight, then we get up and we get right after it. There it is. He put that in there last night, said he loved it, said it looked free. So I'm like, cool, man, I'll tail it, and made a quick $45 overnight. But if you guys want to join us, there's a link in the description to join the Patreon. The Patreon just manages the subscriptions for the Discord. So you sign up through Patreon, and then you get go into the Patreon settings and just connect your Discord. It's real easy. They make it easy for you on Patreon, and it'll unlock all the channels for you. You can hop in community chat, let us know you're new. We have a blast. We have extra analysts in here. We have Boston Nick, who's kind of like our beat reporter. Dude's just awesome. Just keeping everybody up to date on stuff that's going on around the different sports and the leagues and whatnot. But it's kind of like a family in here. We have a really good time. So if you guys want to come join us, just go through Patreon. And like we said, if the video gets to 200 likes, we'll give away a 30-day premium subscription. And yeah, that covers everything. And enjoy Taco Tuesday, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.